Hey guys, so our rating has taken a little bit of a dive here, and it caused me to think a little bit about the deck, BOROS Aggro, and kind of what I was thinking about is instead of just changing the deck in a large way, um, I thought about maybe I could get more usage out of split cards that are lands that are also spells, or more of the kind of man lands and other options like that. And so what this means is that the mana base will not be as smooth, but I will have more of it. So kind of what I've done here is I've removed Play with Fire, which was a 2 of in the deck originally, and then I went down to 3 copies of Sunrise Cavalier. So I'm kind of trying this out. It's very experimental, but I changed the mana base where I now have 4 Sundown Passes. I took out the Fury Calm Snarls, and then I highly upped the count of non-basics. So I went up to 3 Den of the Bugbear, added a Cave of the Frost Dragon, put back in a copy of Iganjo, and then also added 4 Spikefield Hazards, which are kind of like doing an impression of Play with Fire. It's not nearly as good, of course, but it is also land. And then in addition, I added, I think, a 1 of for Valakut Awakening. So also added for Emeria's Call. Now, this definitely looks a bit strange because being able to cast this, it's a 7-drop, it requires triple white, so pretty unlikely. Part of the reason is I do want to have an even split of sources of red and white. So because I wanted to include Spikefield Hazard and Valakut Awakening, going down to just 1 basic mountain meant I didn't really have room for more red sources. And so, one obvious change I could make here, instead of running Emeria's Call, I could run Shatterskull Smashing instead. The problem is I do still want to have an even split of red and white sources, just because we want to be able to start Hopeful Initiate on turn 1 or Kimono Phases Kakazan fairly evenly. So, anyways, this is what I did, is I just put in Emeria's Call because it was another way of upping the non-basic white count, but we were already kind of maxed on the non-basic red count. So I don't know if it's ideal. Just something kind of experimenting with, so we'll see how it goes. This could be a total dumpster fire, but I also think it's possible that we might. So we now have 25 lands total, where we did have 22, and we've shifted down to functionally 11 3-drops and 4 4-drops. We had been at 12 3-drops and 4 4-drops before. So, I mean, Valakut Awakening, but this is a land, basically. So, let's go ahead and give it a go and see how it does. Part of the reason that I made this change is I was noticing over a large number of matches that I couldn't reliably get to 4 land, and I would have like my Thundering Raiju stuck in my hand and lose by not getting land on time. And so this is going to increase the chance of getting land on time, but it might mean that it's not always untapped land. So we'll see. Anyways, this hand is okay. We are going to have more sort of weird hands that we have like 4 landers that look sort of like this, but I think it's still good enough to start. So here we'll begin with Cave of the Frost Dragon. But yeah, very experimental. Okay, I don't know what we're up against here. So I could play Mirror's Call. We have a bunch of other sources, so I'm not super, like, I don't have to play this right now. Okay, so there's a chance he could have Drawer Disruption, but I think it's worth going for here. If we can land it, then it could be a pretty big upside. And I guess that was good enough. And there were also a number of matches where we just kind of petered out by not having enough follow through. And so, you know, by having a lot more non-basics, it gives us a bit more reach. And I think kind of what sparked the idea is I was looking over alchemy decks when I was doing the alchemy playing event, and one deck I saw, okay, this is a very slow start, but I think this is fine. We have a draw step, and then we can like play the Sundown Pass, and then yeah. But at any rate, it was a mono green deck, and it had like 15 basic lands, and then it had just a ton of non-basics that also doubled as spells, and so it just went a lot farther. And so that impressed me quite a bit. I could play the mountain here, and then hope to draw another land. I think actually I'm just going to play Sundown Pass, and then I'll be able to have Mountain plus Sundown Pass and play these two cards on 2. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, so that looks good. The nice thing now is we don't have to worry about holding basics anymore, just because there are no, if you recall, snarls in the deck. Okay, so we're up against Jund. Jund was a deck in particular where our cards just didn't quite go far enough. And it does also seem that there's a lot of decks that, it doesn't really matter if we take an extra 3 damage against ourselves. So what's more important is that we just don't peter out. Yeah, I guess we broke a Tharthis. It's not my favorite, but it's fine. Nice thing is, even if they kill it and get it back, like, we are getting closer to being in range. Okay. So if when he dies. Oh, great. Okay, so we can just do it again. That looks good. And that should do it. Yeah, so I mean, like I definitely want to have access to 4 Brutal Cathars, no question. I think grudgingly the weakest out of our 3-drops is the Sunrise Cavalier, which is a great card. I mean, it's a fantastic card, but Stormseeker is just better because it turns on, or it gives us haste to our other creatures like Brutal Cathar. And you can also use it to stack like extra damage or extra power on one creature, as opposed to, you know, just being stuck at a static 3/3. All that being said, Sunrise Cavalier is amazing, and I want as many as I can have, but I think it might just be 3. Yeah, so our hands are gonna look a bit weird, but I think it's fine. So I think, yeah, we'll just start like this. And like, we're gonna take a lot of damage here from playing these, but I don't think it really matters. Well, I think we just have to, unfortunately, lose a creature here. I guess we could Royal Eruption this. It's probably fine. Maybe, because I want to play Stormseeker here, but I don't want to lose Stormseeker to the underdog, so I think we just play this as a tapped land. And then Royal Eruption. Oh, and because we have Kimonos, it actually exiles, I forgot. So yeah, we definitely want to do that, so we never see that thing again. Okay, so maybe we should have held on to our Spike Field Hazard. Oh well. Oh, that's fine. Okay. So I think now, yeah, we just run out Den of the Bugbear, and then, yeah. Okay, I guess he has, oh, just Deadly Dispute. Okay, sure. So maybe this is wrong, because now he can Mythic Massacre. I forgot that's the traditional Mythic Massacre play, where he just gets everything. But I don't think we care, actually. I mean, yeah, he kills our guys, but we just get Den of the Bugbear. Okay, so I think trying to decide if we go for Sorin or if we go for the face here. Like, I think we play Amiria's Call as a land that's untapped, and then get Kumano. Yeah, so I think, okay, so I think we play Amiria's Call, pay 3 life, activate this, saving a red source. Make sure we're saving. Oh no, it's auto tapper is stupid. So here, gotta tap it manually. And now we send it Sorin, I think. And then this way Kumano will finish Sorin. It's not perfect, but it's something. Alright, so now we have Thundering Raiju. This looks great. Let's get our Initiate out there also. Well, I think we want to make this a 2/2, so I think it's fine. We can actually leave it back for now. And now we have enough counters where we can use Initiate to get rid of Mythic Massacre. Like, this is still just a terrible match for us, but I think it's a little better. Okay, so he didn't play Tenacious Underdog, even though he could have, which means he has some kind of removal. Let's see, so I think if we just shove with everybody, we're 8, so he could return. See if he doesn't block at all. Well, he has to block. So 1, 3, 6. Yeah, I think we use Initiate to kill Mythic Massacre. Here's the problem. If we attack with everybody and he double sacks in response, he's going to drain us down to 6, and then he can, as long as he keeps this alive, can kill us next turn. So we have to leave Initiate back, I think. So we don't just die. In that case, why don't we swing in with, I think we keep maybe the Goblin back. Yeah, I like that actually. And I think I want this to be there. Okay. And let's see what he does. So we don't need Kumano or the Initiate to have a counter here. This is going to just die on defense, but we can at least trade for this underdog. So I think take one here and one here. So he still gets to drain us for 2. Okay, so now he's just going to massacre again, unfortunately, I think. Or blood on the snow, that'll work. Yeah, this is a rough match. And I think we're just dead, because now he just doesn't block, attacks with this and this and this, and there's no way to stop it. So, guess we just play it out and hope he doesn't see it. Yep, there it is. So it's not a great match, but I don't know that it was much worse than it was normally. Yeah. I think I want to see a couple more games. Having access to the spike field hazards is actually good against those pesky little 1/1s. We probably, shouldn't have had 3 creatures down for the Mythic Massacre. It's hard to play around it, but okay, so this is not a keepable hand. We don't have any red sources. Okay, that looks fine. Question is, what do we toss? I think we can probably go down to 2 land on this. Like, it's probably fine. Otherwise, we're just like throwing back an adversary, which I'm not as fond of. So I think I'm actually happy just dropping a mountain here. Well, if we have Den of the Bugbear, we have adversary. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go down to 2 land here, since we're on the draw. If we were on the play, it might just stay with 3. Alright, so I think we want, doesn't really matter, I think we might as well just take Luminarch here. So then we can prevent maybe the swing back if he doesn't play a ton of spells. So it's hard to say. Maybe we should have kept 3 land and like pitched one of the adversaries. I don't know. We've got 25 sources now, so it's like I feel like it's pretty likely for us to draw land. Okay. Like we can push, but it's actually not great since he's got a lifelinker. I think we just sit. Wow. Like he might have something to buff it up, probably, in which case we can't block it, but this just racing it does not feel great, although I guess next turn we'll have Cathar for it, so maybe racing it's fine. Not really sure here if I should sit back for blocking. I think I'm going to try that. Okay, so that didn't work. Yeah, we probably should have known that blocking it was not going to be possible. Man, I want to Spikefield Hazard this so much, but I can't. Yeah, we can't really wait around. We've got to Cathar that. I think we hold the Spikefield Hazard though, just in case. And then, let's see, he's going to get 1, 2, 3, swing for at least 4, maybe more. So I think we can start attacking here. Okay, that's a problem. That is a huge problem. Okay, so lifelink. Ugh. Can we survive 1 turn? So if we just don't cast any spells, then we can flip and reflip our Cathar. I think that's our best play to try to survive this. So I think we Spikefield on his upkeep. So let's take a look. Oh yeah, here. Stop on his upkeep. I think we'll play Soak and Zen. And then just pass. And now The problem is we need a land now, unfortunately, so maybe that was... Oh, maybe that was foolish. Yeah, that was probably foolish. Ugh. That was dumb. Okay. Well, so it goes. Okay. We drew a land, but the land kills us. So unfortunately, yeah, we shouldn't have gotten trigger happy with this. Save this for our turn, reflip, take the Catilda, and keep going. Lesson learned. Okay. I really do like the Spikefield Hazards. I think they definitely fit the deck well. They give more ammunition for our adversaries, and they definitely hit targets. So I like their inclusion. I don't know about the other spell that I have, the Valakut something or other. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, this hand's okay. It's not super exciting, but it's okay. Okay, so we're up against Orzhov, maybe? Up against Orzhov Value Town. Okay. So I think we split our threat here. And I think we actually... I think there's an argument for racing here, just by pushing one of the Royal Eruptions. I actually kind of like that, because we definitely have a pretty fast clock here. Like, I think if that was our only removal in our hand, maybe not. Yeah, because now we can Soakins in, keep pushing. Okay, that was annoying. I guess we try to go in the air, maybe, and then try to finish with Royal Eruption. So, given that we're going to have land next turn, we try to pin our hopes on that. I guess we could save it for 5 damage, but I think we just cast it now, get him to 4, and then over 2 turns kill him with Crave the Frost Dragon. I think that's the play. Definitely going to be a close race, that's for sure. Okay, well that puts a damper on our plans. Okay, so what do we do now? We could hope to draw into Royal Eruption. Like attacking him does not make sense. I think we just sit. And he's got all the usual business. Can we survive 1 turn to give us 1 more out for Royal Eruption? So if we do that, we have to essentially be at 8 life. And then block 1 creature, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, it's possible. So that means we can't play Kumano Faces Kakazan here. We just pass. I suppose, but, well, we could have played that tapped. I guess that if we draw the land, then we could also just play it, so. And actually we needed the land to cast Royal Eruption, so that doesn't work either. I think we're just dead, unfortunately. I guess we go to 5. Okay, I think that we definitely need to make another change. I think these Amiria's calls are just not good. And I think we want Shatterskull Smashing instead. So we might be running more basics this way, but I think that's okay. So if we bring in that, I think we can cut Valakut's Awakening. I do like the Spikefield Hazards. I think those are good. And then I guess we could bring in like another Cave of the Frost Dragon and up some planes. So let's see. Do we have enough white sources? 4, 8, 11, 14. So I want one more white source, I think. I guess I guess we could go down to 1 Shatterskull Smashing. Like we could, I suppose, play a couple of these. They're so far out there. Like I almost want to play instead maybe like Sijiri Step or some other Makindi Stampede. This might be okay. It's a bit out there, but maybe Sijiri Glacier, one of these could be okay. Or Kabira Takedown. I can see like maybe trying one of these and one of these. And I guess we go like maybe one of Mary's Call. Yeah. This might be too many tap lands, but I guess we'll find out. Like we have early tap lands, we've got Spikefield Hazards, and then the Sijiri Shelter and the Kabira Takedown. Maybe I just want 2 takedowns instead. I don't know. I think, yeah, the Amirias just were not great. They just... 7 mana and triple white is just a tall order. And we want to put that to 4 just because it makes it, gets around a lot of his removal. He could still have Brutal Cathar here, but takes it out of range. Oh, I guess he does. So maybe we should have split. That's hard to say. I guess I think we want to go Luminarch here and just try to, like, if he has another, we can make a 3/3 and a 2/2. We almost kind of have to make a stand here and just have it survive. If he has another Cathar, it's awful. So he isn't, oh, he has a second spell. Okay, yeah, that's awful. Yeah, that's gonna do it. So early on, probably should have spread the Luminarch to both creatures to play around Brutal Cathar. Fortunately, we have to always assume they have Brutal Cathar. Yeah, I think I might want to keep Spikefield Hazard open here, just in case they have like a Generous Visitor. Oh, I suppose it doesn't matter with their Weaver of Harmony though, so that it's actually less good. Okay. we are just stuck on land. Yep, that's gonna do it. Okay. Yeah, I think we just need to have faster access to mana. You gotta walk this back quite a bit. Okay, so let's see. So if we go add a lot of basics, let's see how many red sources we have now. 4, 7, 13, 15, 17. And white sources we have 6, 12. 14. So I don't know if this is enough to reliably trigger the Fury Calm Snarls. Having 13 in basics might be on the edge. Definitely shaving down a lot of the utility lands. I do like the Spikefield Hazards just as an addition, so we can, I think this takes us up to 24 land. Let's say 7, 8. 14, 16, 23, 25 land, 25 sources. So maybe maybe 25 sources is good. This gives us 14 white sources. I still want to up that to 15 if I can. And then this gives us 17 red sources. So this could work. I don't think I want 4 Fury Calm Snarl. I think that's too many. 3 might be right. Let's try this. This basically cuts down a lot of the tapped land draws that we had before. While trying to keep the basics pretty high, reasonably high. Our rating definitely tanked quite a bit, so I don't think that the other plan is working. I think just losing a lot of those early turns and just not hitting land on time, yeah, it was just too painful. This also means that our bloodthirsty adversaries will be slightly better since we'll have more mana. Same with the royal eruptions. More likely to hit it on the back end. I think there's a lot to be said for reliable mana that works. But I did like the Spike Field Hazards. It seemed like a nice inclusion. Maybe not a 4 of, but a 2 of. Okay, that's pretty gross. Definitely want to kill Luminarch. Well, I don't like him killing this Stormseeker, but at the same time, I mean, like he kills 2 creatures if we get Luminarch. Otherwise, we try to race Luminarch, which does not end well. So like he kills 2. I think it's slightly better to kill this, and hopefully we draw like a Cathar. I think this is the move. So he gets 1 creature, and like it's not perfect, obviously, but it gives us a chance. Okay, so interesting. Yeah, now I think we just shove with everything. Like you can kill 2 guys. I don't know that. Oh no, we can't shove with everything. Let's see. So we get 1 more counter. We'll bring him down to 9. If these 2 come in, we can make everything a 3/3. So then blocks 2 takes 9. Yeah, that's game. Okay, that'll do it. Pretty slow hand. But again, we've got all of our sources. We have stuff to do once we hit turn 3. I think I want to keep this. Like it might just be too slow, but it feels pretty good. And I'm leaving open the possibility for Luminarch. Like that. And then a note on the land, we probably should have played the Needle Verge instead of the Mountain, now that we have Fury Columns back in our deck. Man, I do love these Spike Field Hazards, though. They're just great. I think we just slow roll it and just get their Spellbinder. Like we could Cathar here, but like it's so susceptible to their Cathar. I would rather just kill their guy, just keep them destabilized. Okay, so now he has Wandering, or he at least is representing the Wandering Emperor. So I think we play Raiju, don't attack, give him a window to see what he does. I think, I mean, Raiju is better, but I think I do put the counter on Raiju. So it's either Wandering Emperor or Iganjo. And either way, we could play around it. Okay, so I think he's just... We can outweight him another turn, I think. Kind of this game of chicken that we're playing. I think we give him one more turn. So now I think I make this a 5/5. And let's make this one a 5/5 in case it's a Ganjo. I guess now we can push. If he's got a Ganjo, I guess he's got it, but... Okay, so he did have Wandering Emperor. Okay, so which one do we take? Okay, he had a Ganjo also. Interesting. Wow, okay, he's just going all out. I think we take, because we're going to play our own Cathar after this, I think we're going to take the, I guess we could take the Samurai here. I want to take Aspirant for sure. Probably this Initiate, maybe the Samurai. Okay, I think pre-combat I definitely want to take, I think I'll take Initiate actually. Yeah. Let's see if we have a 4/4. Okay, does that help us? Like he's going to be able to do at least 4, so I can make this, I think, a 5/5, and then it'll be fine. Okay, so that works. Now we just take out the, actually now we just take out Thalia. Or actually, let's take out this Samurai. It doesn't really matter. Let's take out Dahlia. And then we can, yeah, all right, that's gonna do it. Okay, so like in that game, the takeaway there is we knew he had Wandering Emperor, and like what you could do in that situation is if they keep their mana tied up by refusing to play anything, you can just keep playing threats, and like that's how we won that game. It's like instead of giving him the chance to use it, we just outweighted him, played chicken, kept dropping threats, and then eventually swung in. Okay, so we're up against Jeskai Hinata, looks like. Okay, and then now we definitely want to play our planes here, get Stormseeker going. I guess he has Fading Hope. Yep. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have an answer for Hinata yet. But now we can get Thundering Raiju going. And unless he has another Fading Hope, this looks pretty good. I guess, okay, March, sure. There is Hinata, probably. Oh, guess not. Okay, so he's representing Wandering Emperor here. I don't know if this deck runs Wandering Emperor. I think it might. Oh, I guess not. Yeah, maybe not. I don't remember Wandering Emperor from this deck. Like, burn down the house just gets us anyways, so I think spreading out the threat is the way. Okay, Rakdos. This was another like not super fun matchup. Florian, what does he do? Okay, that's pretty nasty. I think he is nasty enough that we actually want to try to, like, yeah, this isn't great. But I think we do want to try to Cathar him here. Because his ability is just really nasty. Yeah. Not sure what foretell spell they run. We probably can't really bring it out of range because I think he has like voltage surge to kill it no matter what. But I guess push a little bit extra damage here. Maybe as Mythic Massacre. Doomscar. Okay, that I did not expect. Okay. And I guess in case this is a Doomscar, I think we just do Kimono Faces Kakazan here. Yeah, okay. I think we just make ourselves a 4/4. We could start racing, but we could also keep him off cards here. Because like he does get lots of value. Yeah, I think we sit. Unfortunately. Alright, now that I have Luminarch, and we have Sokensen backup, Now we can start pushing. And I guess we can start growing this one here, or we can make this a 5/5. I kind of want to start growing because he might have something else. Okay, so now we can again start putting stuff out of range here. So if we, let's see, we activate Den of the Bugbear. If he has no removal in hand, he might, but if he has nothing, and we push with everybody, if he blocks the 4/4, we'll do 3, 4, 7, 9, 10. So not quite. I think I am going to buff the Den of the Bugbear here. I'm gonna leave back Adversary. Yeah, I think that's the move. Actually, we can just leave back this to block Florian. So I think we just push, represent lethal, force blocks. And actually, we could even get in with Aspirant here for free damage. So I think that's probably fine. So because he blocks here, he takes 4, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I like this. And now even if you, yeah, okay, and that's it. So I think this is much smoother mana. It's definitely reflecting in our win rate. We're still pretty low in top 1200, but we're starting to climb again.